For a new job in the new year as executive recruiter and managing partner at the Catalyst Group, Wendy Doulton. Good morning.
Good morning, Wendy. Happy New Year to you, too.
Hi, to you too.
So you have some tips for us for those people who are looking for a job. Let's start with the first one. You say apply only for jobs that you're qualified for.
Well, why would we do that, Wendy?
This is really important, and I know it sounds simple, but a lot of people apply for jobs that they're just not qualified for. So they're already setting themselves up to not be selected, to not be screened in. In fact, people will apply for 10 jobs at the same company, and it just shows that they're random, they're not focused, it's not helping anybody. So apply for the jobs that you can do. This is about stacking the odds in your favor.
But, and that also can work in the other realm, because I know people with the times being so tough, they're applying jobs they're overqualified for.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're getting no's also, because they're going, you're going to be leaving me within 6 months. So you can't win even on that one sometimes.
That's true. But then that's when you have to tailor your resume to the actual job. So maybe you dumb it down a little bit, you really focus on the skills that are still relevant to the job, but you just make yourself seem less senior.
Speaking of a resume, you say there are key words or key things you should have on there when applying for a job.
Yeah, this is about optimizing your resume. I believe that you should tailor your resume for whatever position you're actually applying for. But once you apply online, you're in a system where a computer is actually screening you in or out. And employers are telling you what they want in the job description. So give it to them, use their words, and optimize it for those keywords. That's when you're going to come up in the results.
And you say clean up your online profiles because they're extensions of your resume. Well, what does that mean? How do I clean up my online profile?
Untag pictures. Don't put the pictures up. Anything, I mean, Google yourself. If there's anything out there that your mother or you wouldn't be proud of, take it down. As a recruiter, I go and check people out. I go and see what they're tweeting about. I go and check out their Facebooks. It gives me a different perspective into who they are. If it's positive, great. If it's not, I'm going to make a value judgment based on the pictures.
Yeah.
On a resume, you're really just looking at a chronological history and you're not putting your own kind of value system into it.
You also say know your stuff. Do a bit of a self-assessment before you go into the interview. Is that meaning when you sit down in front of the boss, they ask you a bunch of questions and sometimes you're stumped, you didn't think ahead? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think what it is, as recruiters and hiring managers, we're not magicians. Our job is to interview you to the best of our ability, but we're not mind readers. We're not going to wave a magic wand and really understand what you've done. As the candidate, your job is to really get your story across in a very meaningful way. And it also means that when you're in an interview, if somebody's asking you a question that you're not really sure about, if you're really the expert on you, you're able to maybe sometimes turn the table and have a much more meaningful conversation.
And we're out of time, but I think this one's important. If you're employed, don't quit your job. I've heard that over and over again.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not that I'm looking. I'm just saying that for people. Don't quit your job. Keep working.
Yeah.
All right. So Wendy, thank you so much. Wendy Doulton.
Thank you.
And her company is Catalyst Group. You can email her at wendy@catalystgroup.com or connect with her on LinkedIn. in.wendy.
LinkedIn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
LinkedIn.
I haven't been looking for a job in a while.
Thank you, Wendy. We appreciate the tips.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, we're going to sit down with one of the stars of Doulton-Latham.
Laura Carmichael.